We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Nick, hello. How are you?
I'm there. I'm here.
Woo. Wow.
I'm here in Clown World. Yep,
That's it.
playing
I
the
know.
role I'm meant to play as best as I can.
And I really feel that's so important for us to all remember that, we chose as souls to be here at this absolutely brilliantly crazy time.
Yeah.
Because we do have the ability to hold light and to bring in light and to be a frequency transmitter, literally. So there's no mistakes as to why we're here, even though we've probably shook our fist at things and stamped our little feet, gone, this is not right. We're here for a reason. So yeah, it's been crazy. It's been quite incredible with the energy. So
And
yeah, sorry.
no matter what happens, you sort of just have to keep remembering that, don't you?
You do. That's it.
Always.
I know. So yeah, and Jazzy wants to say hi. So he's here with us. He's got a very cold head because it's quite cold here still. Yeah. So, and who we got on? We've got Lady Hawk, Kathy, Marie, and Christine. Hi, everyone.
Hi, ladies.
And
nice to have you with us.
Yeah, and we'll be meeting some of you guys live on Sunday when Elise is here. So yeah, which will be just lovely. Hi, Tribal. So how's everyone been feeling? Like, how's everyone's interpretation of the frequency of what's going on for them? I've had some incredible insights, and Christina's on. Yay! Hi, Christina. Christina, I'll see you guys next Sunday. Let me know. But yeah, just let us know what's been going on for you all, because I think it's really important we share at this time. Because I've just been finding it's been really subtle, but then with whatever follows up from it, it's really deep. And I can actually see my patterning or my belief system or whatever it is unfolding. And it can just be the slightest little drop in of a insight or a vision. So I'd love to know how everyone's been going. So, yeah. So what about you, Nick? Like, any dreams?
When you just said that, the term addiction sort of just came into my head, and I don't necessarily mean, the mainstream idea of addiction, drinking or whatever. It's more the things that we were fixated on. That it could have been a control, patterning. It could have been, just little things that, routines that you can't break free of that are holding you back. In order to expand, we have to be open and let go of so many things. So maybe that's probably little things that rear up every now and then. I go, ooh, is that one of those addictions? Could that be one of those things? And trying to be really present in that moment of thinking about what's happening.
I really like that. And I think that's the key to things, is actually just being in that moment and checking in. So, and I love how you use that addiction word, because it's our addictive responses or way of perceiving. And that's why I think for me over this last year especially, I've been getting this 20/20 vision. Normally it's hindsight, but I've been getting it as foresight. So it's like I'm able to see all the different outcomes from a decision I'm making. And I'm going, I would never have thought of that before.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's so interesting you say that. So wow. So how have people been feeling?
Oh, thanks for sharing. Hard morning yesterday with crying and anxiety, but also able to get past it later in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is it. I think it's just allowing. I've had times where I just have this emotion come up and I'll be crying going, oh, wow, this is interesting. Just watching it and going, well, there's some deep grief, and I have had a chest infection, which is the lungs of the grief. And so there's a lot of deep clearing going on. So, and tribal.
Emotionally good, but a lot of back pain the last few days, twisted wrong.
Yeah, and I find with my body, I don't know, tribal, if this is how you work, but when I am going through a shift and something's going on, it can, for me, I know how it's going to happen, because I start getting a sore right knee when I'm walking in a particular way. And then once my internal shift is cleared, then that just goes. So, yes, I'm sorry you've hurt your back, but do you need to take it a little bit more easy at the moment? Is that, do you need to have some time out?
Yeah. So, and I think if we understand that the intensity of what's happening to us in our physical body, as more and more light is coming into it, in order to do that, I mean, if you actually saw this as you were doing this real life experiment, you'd expect to have some physicality that's going to come up, that's going to rear its head, wherever that weakness is in your body or whatever it means for you. So, I just welcome it in. I embrace it because I know that it's all to do with expansion. It's uncomfortable. I know that it's uncomfortable, and I just ask for help, to ease it. That's all.
That's it. And, and just, I think once I acknowledge it, because it's like every time I forget, and, and once I acknowledge it, I go, oh, you're my little sign that I'm going through some processing. What do I need to do to help support this?
That's right. Yeah.
I know, every time I forget.
It wouldn't feel right if people had said, "No, I'm fantastic. Everything's just fine." It probably says to me, "You're burying stuff and you're not allowing it to come up to the surface."
Yeah.
So we're doing well, guys. We're really doing well. I have been feeling the shift a lot this week and feel like some things are supposed to be different, but now it's better. I don't know how. You did it. I have been crying at really cheesy movies that are emotional where I normally wouldn't. Yeah.
Perfect. That is perfect. Getting out a chick flick or something that actually helps you to bring up that emotion because it's clearing something. Yeah. I mean, I was so suppressed for years. Years ago, I couldn't even cry in movies, let alone at things that were going on in real life. So, so now when I actually do start crying, I'm so proud of myself when I'm watching a movie and it's sad. It's like, oh, good, this is triggering something that needs to come up. So this is huge. So, you think back to where we came from and suppression and just not showing emotions and holding it in to now, it's like Kathleen B's been saying, it's great that you can actually cry. That's what I think. That's how I use the movies and things, is actually for me, for my benefit to release. So
it gives you permission, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I had a moment the other day, or yesterday, I think it was. I just had this overwhelming feeling of, it was all in a short moment, but it felt like grief. It felt like ecstasy. It was like this, both sides of the coin, and it was amazing because afterwards this release and then this calmness, and I just thought, that felt good. Whatever that was, that felt good.
And it can be so fast now. I mean, I remember these situations might take months, even up to 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It could take months to work through one of these processes. Now it's like, bang, okay, gone.
Yeah. Things are speeding up in terms of our time-space continuum.
Definitely. Oh, wow. Oh, Christina's coming. Fabulous. I can't wait to meet you and William. And very exciting.
I'm so excited to connect with people's energy. Yeah.
So it'll be lovely. So, well, just keep popping in. If you've had dreams, pop them in. If you've had little synchronicities or you've really felt a shift, pop it in for us. Because and Nick, remind me to talk about my telepathy shift that I've had as well. But we'll do some dreams first, I think.
Okay,
so
I'll write that down.
My brain has been so scrambled. It's been unbelievable, the shift energetically that I've been having as well. So, okay, so let's see what Shanna Banana had going on in her dreams.
Okay, hi Shanna. Dream going to try and remember details, but you get the gist. Me and a partner were protecting a child who was has some kind of valuable jewelry from time of humans that was AI or zombie-like. The world was becoming overrun by them, by the partner I was with, had some kind of power to be unseen by them. They could go right up to him or them and they couldn't see her, even though they knew something was in front of them. One of the people we're going to go up to was pregnant, and I said, oh, that has to be a regular person because those things can't be pregnant. She went up to the pregnant woman and used her abilities, and the pregnant woman could not see her. I was surprised, a new twist to these things. And then it cuts to protecting a child and this valuable ring and trying to hide her before those AI zombie things get to her. The child and the ring were important somehow. And at one point, we contacted someone to help us that gave us some older technology, and they refused to use flat screen TVs. They only used old-fashioned tube televisions. I guess it had something to do with the newer technology and those beings, and by using older stuff, she was less likely to be detected. The dream ended with those things getting close as we were trying to hide the little girl in a closet space, and my partner with abilities was trying to distract them. I think, but not sure, towards the end, those beings knew she had abilities and found a workaround, but can't remember that part for sure. Don't remember. And colours that stand out, just that this girl and ring needed to be protected.
Wow, how interesting, Shanna Banana.
Protector of the ring.
It's precious.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. If anyone has had any little intuitive hits with that, or is something is standing out that you feel you have a decode for, pop it in, because it's really nice to get different perspectives. So, but yeah, so there's some fairly big things that are sort of standing out there. So the child
that opening paragraph says a lot.
that just says everything: zombies, jewelry, and a child, and the fact that your partner actually had had an ability to see if they were the the real thing or not, which is so interesting. So at some level, Shanna Banana, I think that's within you as well. This is an ability that maybe you can read people, or you can feel an energetic imprint or signature. So that's something to look at as well. What are your thoughts with that one?
Well, it's definitely gifts. We're talking about your gifts. Jewelry is something really precious, and often it gets given as a gift. So I think there's some clarity going to come through about your gifts that you have, your talents specific to you, and the protection of a child as well. I sort of feel like it's sort of that. I don't know whether that gift is something that's within you, or it's also your inner child, remembering the gifts that you had, and you've had them very protected over time. I think we've all had to protect ourselves a little bit with our gifts, whether we knew we had them or not.
I love it. And you're spot on. Like, I've just looked up jewel. I got the hit to look up in our little Betty Bethard's dream book, which is what I tend to love using. So a jewel is a priceless ability which lies within that you have not yet recognized, undeveloped talent. Priceless gifts lie within you. Recognize your inner beauty and creative tools for joyous living. See also specific jewels. So let's have a look up ring and see what that says. It's interesting, isn't it? Because you were just so spot on with that.
The ring
as well. So you are ring. Wow. Promise, eternal perspective, the ring of truth. So this is really interesting. And the child, your inner child is the one that has the intuition, but it also has, children don't usually lie. They're usually just so open and honest and say what they see and say how they feel. So it could be tapping back into that as well, because that's why, that was so much protection there for that child. It's tapping back into that innate ability to speak your truth and to know that, I'm going to do some cards for you, Shanna, but I'd love to know if you actually are intuitive, but then you change it as it comes through, because I've got a feeling that you have the ability to channel your inner divine wisdom. But I think maybe you modify the words or the thoughts or the feelings that come through to make it almost right, whereas it's actually perfect as it comes through you. I don't know. I don't know if you're on today, but have a think about that if you're watching this later, and pop it into the comments, like what you actually got as an aha moment after maybe listening to this and reconsidering the dream and considering what Nick has said. And we'll have a look. And
Shanna is on.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, that's interesting, because yes, abilities are coming through more. Been able to do Akashic readings for friends and use some intuitive abilities with it. Yeah.
Okay. So, honey, the biggest thing I ever learned about my intuition: don't second guess. Just say it how you see it. I got taught this time and time again. I would see crazy things and I would have to say it because I knew what I was seeing. And sometimes the person's going, no, 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 that can't be right, that can't be right. Then all of a sudden they go, oh, yeah, yeah, the last photo I had taken with this person, they had this particular shirt on. They never usually wear that colour. So you've got to really trust yourself is what I'm getting. Oh. And then we get the 10 of Pentacles, one of my favourite cards in the pack. So this is your abilities. It's very abundant. It's very bright. It's very interactive with people. I think there's a lot coming through for you, Shannon. Just drop that fear of, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get this right. Just say it, even if it sounds crazy, man. That's where I'm at with things in life, because
Me too.
I got smashed with this. I got tested and pushed to do things. So, honey, you've got to really just start trusting yourself. And, ask if you're worried, ask for your divine higher being to come through to support you, or an angel to come through, because the moon has come up. So when the moon comes up, this tells me that it feels like something's out of place. It feels like something's going on that's pushing you into an uncomfortable zone. But this could maybe feel uncomfortable for you. I would sit and actually talk to yourself about this. It's been a long time coming. We've got our 9 of Wands. So this has been a long journey for you, but you're nearly there. The 9 tells me that 10 of Pentacles, it's not too far away. So Knight of Swords, your mind, okay? Really just go, no, I'm going to trust myself. This is what I'm doing, and I'm going to see how it feels when I go through it. I'm going to make my story the truth. What I'm getting, I'm going to make it truth. So that action, not mind, and taking that story. Yes. So
yes, exactly. I say it like I see it, and I'm spot on. But it's where I want to go and get away from the slave job.
Okay.
But it's hard to make the transition.
And sometimes when we do that, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and we feel like it's finding that balance. So maybe just really acknowledge your job and be grateful for it for the moment, because I feel that that's going to give you the space to be able to work at a deeper level with this gift. So take that pressure off yourself, and this is when things actually happen. So stop resisting. Be really grateful for that job you're in. Just be so grateful, and just let things unfold, okay? That's how, I don't know, what are you getting, Nick?
Totally. I kept getting that really blue colour come through again, which is that coming, it's almost like, it's there.
Yeah.
But you can't, you're still living in this reality where we've got these ties still to things, that protection mechanism that comes in. But the reality for you is that it's coming to you no matter what. It's going to be in your awareness and in your realm. But what you just said, Marie, about was to do with, I guess, with her intuition, Shanna. So if you're like in a job, and it goes for anyone, where you think, if I could just get out of this now, it'd be so much better for me. But in actual fact, I think there's divine timing in everything. And I think we're being kept in jobs for a good reason if we're meant to be there. And even I don't understand sometimes where I'm meant to be placed, but I just accept the fact that it's not where I believe I should be. It's where I actually should be. It's where I need to be. So yeah, I'm with you, Marie. Just don't push the job away by thinking this is a slave job. Bring it back in as something that's still a gift, because there's something in that that's still going to be working through you in order for you to be where you're meant to be. That makes sense.
Yeah, beautiful. It's so true. And it just takes the pressure off us, because I love connecting with people. I love doing this stuff, but I didn't want to take my spiritual business to the next level. And there was something, and I went, am I just being lazy? But I just didn't want to. I didn't want that huge commitment to doing that. Once I actually honored that, it was like, so now I just have so much joy with it. I have clients, and I have, all sorts of things that I do, but I just didn't need that. So sometimes we're really pushing ourselves. When I stop and check in with my soul, and I just check in with, what does my soul want and need? What do I really want? Yeah, so that might be helpful too. So you might be just in that real process of just enjoying it rather than turning it into something where there's pressure. So
yeah, because I know people that are in jobs that they don't like, But then they suddenly turn it around, and then, you know, the penny drops and they go, well, I don't need to worry about this. I'll just go to work and do it and my way. And when that happens, that's the shift. Nothing's changed about the job. It's just how they viewed it.
It's the magic. That's the magic. Yeah,
Mm.
so true. Oh, so Christine's on saying how she's been feeling as
I'm
well.
so excited to meet others here. Yes, been crying so much, many little things and appreciation, feeling so deeply.
Beautiful. That's awesome, Christine, especially because you made the big move up from down south here and you've, you know, really settled in amazingly. So, and now Christina.
Christina's saying, been feeling more emotional the last few days as well. And on Thursday, just big exhaustion came over me with headache. But once I relaxed and took a few deep breaths, it started to lift away.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, you've got a bubba you're looking after as well. I get exhausted just thinking about that, doing it. So that's good. And, yeah, I hope you're taking some time out. I hope we're all taking some time out for us. You know, even put it in the diary if you have to, my time. So if someone says, oh, are you free here or can you do this? You go, oh, no, I'm actually booked. So I think that's often a really good way of doing it as well. So, yeah. But, oh, well, thank you for sharing, everyone. And just, keep just popping in. If things drop into your head or something comes up about one of the dreams we've been talking about, pop it in because it's really nice to share. So actually, before we go on to Dave's, I will talk about I want to talk about the telepathy thing that's been going on for me. So, because I think you remember when I had that morning and the crows had been going stupid for like the past 24 hours and it was 4:00 in the morning and these crows were still going off their heads. So I was sort of in that real zone anyway, you know, that beautiful sort of half awake, half asleep zone. So I went into my consciousness and I just telepathically sent them a message saying, be quiet. And they stopped like that. And they squawked maybe once all day. It was unbelievably beautiful. But I realized, I went, oh, they really got that message. And I wasn't mean or nasty, but I was firm. And I've done that with animals since I was a child. So what happened was I became more conscious on how I was doing it and what it was, because it was such a subconscious, innate thing for me to do. I always do it with my cat because he feels when I wake up, and if he hasn't slept in the bed with me, he'll come up for his cuddles and just to start annoying me because he's a cat. But I think it was yesterday morning, he hadn't slept with me, and he'd been sleeping with me through the day because I hadn't been well. And I was looking for him, so I was sort of telepathically looking for him, and I went, "Where are you? I'm cold. I need a cuddle." So the next he comes up, so I know that this is how it works. So I went, "That's interesting. That felt a little bit different." So I've been consciously tapping in. How do I feel when I'm using telepathy or tapping into that conscious cloud that we're all connected through? And then I thought, well, so I started playing with it. So I started playing with connecting out, you know, and like finding someone that I knew I was on a similar soul level with and seeing where they were at with it. So it's been interesting. So I'm going to just keep playing with that and seeing where it takes me. And so because I felt, where do I go when I do this? I didn't feel it was in my heart. I knew it was sort of around this area, but I go deep. I just drop and go into consciousness. I'm actually in another realm. It's almost like I'm in another frequency, but it feels like it's internal, but it's not. I don't know how to explain it. But so I've been really dissecting it to understand it. So that's my fun thing that I've been doing. Well, I haven't been well and I just had to sit in the sun or lay in the bed, you know. So, yeah, it's been quite incredible.
And that's the knowledge that's growing within us. You know, it's I've been doing something very similar in a way, Marie, actually. More about, like, if I'm thinking about something, I'm sort of, I take it now as like, rather than just being a synchronicity, I take it that I'm actually controlling that, and I know that I'm going to create that. And I just basically then, without even trying to look for it, it'll just appear. And so, I guess I'm learning to control my energy and how I direct it and what I do with it. Exactly. And that's been certainly my week in a lot of ways. Yeah. You know, and the synchronicities do come, but I don't see it now as that. I see it more in refined way. And I'm actually, I feel like a wizard. And it's funny because this week I've been deep diving into the whole King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table and the Merlin energy, and just really, it's just taken over me. And it's sort of like really understand, because it is the weirdest thing, because it has so many stories connected to it. It's hard to get the actual real facts about it.
Well,
And
it's another realm.
yeah,
It's like it's another frequency realm.
yeah,
And you've probably had lifetimes where you've been in that realm. So I
yeah,
know I have, because I'm very connected to Merlin and to the Lady in the Lake and all of that.
like,
And,
yes,
and
yeah,
you know, Morgan Le Fay, so
yeah,
I feel we've all had these experiences, and we can tap into them.
yeah.
So it's beautiful that you're getting
And
that.
when you put up the title of like, where do we go to places in our dreams, the first thing that came to my mind was not a physical place. It was more of a feeling place,
That's
like
it.
the realm or the frequency, or, where are we in terms of our understanding of something. Yeah, it was really interesting. And I guess that started opening my mind up a bit to things. Yeah, it was great.
And, I think that's why it's really important that we sort of have an intentional focus, but it's always going to be the right one. The timing's always going to be perfect. So that's why I always put out there, if anyone has an idea for a topic or a heading, it doesn't mean we necessarily have to focus on that the whole time, but it's going to trigger something. So I love that you've actually put it into that context. That's
Yeah,
really beautiful.
yeah.
But it was interesting as well, because I was talking to a friend again. I'd been having these insights, and I remember everyone used to say to me, Marie, you're such a manifester. Like, how do you just get everything you want? But what I've realized is it's only certain aspects of my life. And I started doing that from when I was a young child, again, from when I was 5 or 6 or 7. And I knew I would go, oh, I really want to experience this and this and this. So all my life then, it's just happened for me. So it's travel, like where I live. I remember making an absolute statement when I was about 6, and I went, I never want to live in a suburb. I always want to live somewhere really exciting, either near the beach, on a mountaintop, right in the city where the action is, somewhere different. That's all I've ever lived in all my life. And the houses have come to me, or the places have come to me. It's been amazing. And so I said to my friend, the aha moment I got, and same with travel. I would win trips all the time through work, and I'd be going to exotic places, traveled all my life. And they were the two things when I was a child I absolutely remember making a statement about and knowing that's what I was going to do. What I realized is, when we're children, we don't have the blocks and the patternings that we actually then that become exposed or come up for us then in our later years, or after our childhood. So anything that I feel I have blocks with now that aren't quite as fast or as accurate when they manifest, that's what I've recognized is some patterning that I need to go in and have a look at, or belief systems. So it was such an aha moment, because they're the two areas of my life where I've always been able to manifest without any blocks or any issues. I've even had little visions of where it will be or what it will look like. So I really feel that child, being in that inner child, being in that absolute the freedom, of having no blocks and no patterns, that's where we manifest from. So that's something else I'm playing with and looking at. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this all starts evolving for everybody in the group here. Because each week we just all we develop something new. We understand something more about ourselves that we didn't know the week before, and it's coming a lot quicker than I thought, to be honest. I was anticipating certain things. Lady Hawk says, I talked to a squirrel yesterday.
Good job.
He was afraid, not of me, but of what is coming. No one believes me when I say anything about it, so I don't.
That's why you're on here, my love, so you can share it. That's really interesting. So where are you guys? You guys are in the middle of summer, aren't you? So you'll be going into autumn. Lady Hawk, I would go back in and talk and ask the squirrel what it is he's afraid of with coming. Because sometimes, remember, because what I was saying about that reciprocal, because when we're putting out there telepathically, we also can get back maybe how we're feeling, like that mirror effect. So just go in, and even if you connect in with him in consciousness, because we can do this, we don't have to have that animal in front of us. It's like everything. Just jump in and ask for that consciousness of the squirrel energy to come through, and just ask for more clarity. Okay, that's what I would be doing, Lady Hawk. So I'm so proud that you're jumping in there and talking with them, because yeah. So just go in and see, and also check in with yourself and see what maybe you have a fear around as well. So let me just I would ask more questions because the Two of Pentacles just came up. So ask more questions. So
yeah, I was wondering if a squirrel was in the book actually.
oh yeah, good idea.
And a squirrel naturally. Something's coming up again.
Yeah,
so a squirrel naturally is, collects things to put away for safekeeping just as a preparation. So I guess it's more just steadying yourself to be ready for something so that you're not caught out. You're not caught out, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And squirrels do. What do? They squirrel stuff away, and they put away enough stuff to get through the winter. So that can be scary, for as well. So yeah, but definitely have a look for yourself as well. What's going on? But reconnect in. I think that's awesome. So and so we've got Kathy and Teresa on. Yay! Hi guys, welcome.
Hello.
So let us know how you've been feeling. What's been going on for you? There's been really lots of big shifts, deep shifting going on. And I really know that we're tapping in more and more into our gifts and talents now as well. So sometimes we have to clear some blocks or patterns before we can tap into the full potential of them. So, yeah. Okay, let's have a look at Dave, our beautiful Dave from UK, at his dream. He had 3 in a row. So I've put them on in order. So we can just read straight through them, but there's dream 1, dream 2, and dream 3, and then he's got a comment. So we'll have a look. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. So laying on a blanket on the beach, a big tidal wave is coming. The wave washed the beach in waist height with water. There was a tall building of flats to my left, so I tried to get safety there because the second wave was coming. Near the building, there was a celebrity in the camping chair throwing 3 keys at me to the building, and he said, "I'm not going. I've been waiting for this for years." Before I get into the building, I woke up and went back to sleep.
Shall we keep reading through them and then do the comment and then go back and have a look, or do you think we should break them down one at a time?
I think we should break them down. And the first thing I've got to say, Dave, I had the exact same dream, minus the camping chair and the 3 keys. And I think we did it on an early show when Zan was on it. Totally. And it's just, as I was reading, I was thinking, this is my dream. So obviously the metaphor, the archetypes that are coming through are very similar to what I had. So I'm interested to see what you've made out of this. Because at the time, I was just going with my intuition and of course, relying on Marie and Zan at the time to see what they said. So this is fascinating because I think we're picking up on the energy.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So, yep. All right. So we'll go to the second one.
So this time I was on a hill with some bushes around me, picked up my backpack that had a massive spider on it and under it. So I swept the spider off it and realised the second wave is coming. Suddenly I'm in a tall building going up and half the building is underwater and I can see through the windows. As I'm getting higher, I can see a weird wave coming and then I woke up again. Oh, sorry, the third wave coming and then I woke up again.
Yeah. So he's actually moved into the building. This is so fascinating, isn't it? And the fact that Dave said he's never had this before, but it's like 3 in a row. But this is what happens when we put our attention on it. Yeah. It starts to really pick up.
Yeah. And I moved into the building as well, Dave. So the final part, no, that's what I'm saying. This is almost like an exact dream. Final part, I'm on top of the building. Everything is underwater. It's just me on the top, nothing else. No birds, no people. The dream is focusing out with me on a square rooftop and a dark blue water everywhere. I then woke up again and said, I've had enough. Can I have a different dream now?
I love it. So let's see if Dave got his
was this message. Only one night?
Yeah.
You kept going back into it?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah, which is awesome. So
I love that, you're interpreting these dreams, Dave. It's fantastic. So because I'm interested, really keen to hear what you've got to say. So this has never happened to me before, meaning the beach is the doorway between the conscious and the unconscious mind. The Trinity is strong, the 3 waves, the 3 keys, the 3 times, dreaming the same. I think this puzzle, I think we skipped something, did we? I think the building, I'm representing myself, that I'm going to be washed with emotions and that they're going to be intense by each wave. That's what I got so far. I think my unconscious part knows I can solve this puzzle.
Beautiful. Yeah. I think you're pretty much spot on. And I think the fact that it was broken down is helpful so that we can break things down as we go along through it. So you would have already been consciously working that out as you were having your dreams. So, and remember, you had a famous person sitting in a chair, and it was probably a director's chair, going, "Yeah, I've been watching this, waiting for this one for ages. Hey, I'm your guide. I'm your higher self. I'm not leaving. I'm watching this. I've got the best view from here."
Yeah.
And threw you the keys. So, so let's have a little look at these. I'm going to just look these.
Oh, I love this dream. I love these additional pieces. Yes.
So let's have a look. And definitely the 3 is Trinity. So this is a very spiritual dream.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm getting something else. I'm going to do some cards on this too. I love this dream. Okay. Key, inner awareness that opens door to all truth, wisdom, and knowledge. So this is sounding a little bit like our other dream that we had on as well from Shanna Banana about that truth and the ring. Okay, so there's a theme of truth coming through here. And the building definitely represents yourself, really tall. So you've got, a lot of potential there as well. And what was the 3 waves?
3 rooms, the 3 keys, the 3 waves. Yeah.
So the 3 waves, waves are emotion, and the beach, the shore, is the subconscious to conscious. So what I was getting as well intuitively is you may not feel this in 3D, this emotion. It may already have worked its way through because of the dream that you've had. I don't know, Nick, what are your thoughts?
Well, the water aspect of it to me is the consciousness, because we are the water, we are the consciousness. And yes, because it did come into that 3, it's a sense of completion of something. It's almost like, yes, you're how do I put this into words? I'm now picking up from my dream and morphing into your dream a little bit. And it feels to me that we're so aware now of what's happening to us that when we see what's happening in the outside world, we're very quick to be able to not separate ourselves from our higher purpose. It's like we can take the high ground now and just watch it unfold. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what the cards might say here.
Okay. Yeah, so the 7 of Cups, to me, this is always a bit of emotional chaos. So I feel like it's, and this one wants to come up next to it. Yeah, okay, the Hermit. So what I was saying about, I feel that you've actually done a lot of the work while you've been in your dream state, because to me, the Hermit is about that deep subconscious state. So don't be thinking, oh, I have to go through this huge emotional, torrent. I don't believe, that's not my feeling at all. You might feel things differently. You might have a deeper emotional connection to things. Yeah, because the moon's come up. So, but to me, this again, it's a displacement or something that comes through and it triggers us, but it allows us to have that release. So you may have a moment where that happens, but it's not going to be like overwhelming. It's something you just have to go through, but it's not going to be overwhelming, I don't feel. No, 6 of Swords. Look at that. You've got the waves on one side and the beautiful calm water on the other. So you're moving into a better place. And the swords are always about your mind, your storyline, where you perceive yourself. So I really feel that you might have quite a big shift into a much more relaxed, positive place from your perspective. So yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That's really cool. And it's so interesting. Of course, Nick, you've had that dream before.
I'm now going to revisit that dream that I wrote down, because I definitely remember running into the building behind me, and it was quite a big building. So I was running up the stairs to the idea of that sort of, but it was on the beach, and I was watching this tidal wave was coming in, and I was ready for another one. I didn't have the 3, Yeah, it's so amazing, isn't it? So we must be connecting somehow there, I think.
Definitely. I think we all do. I really think we
I
all
know
do.
we do, yeah, but to
Right,
see it
it's that
as a matter
specific.
of fact.
It's like, okay, yep, and it's also helping build up, what is it? Our archetypal, knowledge and
Yeah,
wisdom of us,
yes.
So I think that's just, beautiful.
Yeah.
So
And that key is unlocking it's unlocking um, our ability to step into where we're meant to be. I mean, it's like we've been given a special coding through our dreams to do that. And quite often I know now that I'm using my dreams as a way to go and experiment with an idea.
yeah,
To see, I go over and tinker with it at night. And so I can do lots of things really quickly, and I don't have to churn over stuff in the daytime because my dream state will give me more information, more knowledge without all the filters and the emotional ups and downs. And then I don't even have to try to remember it. It just seems to help shift and get me to a space where I can stay grounded, focused with that, like you said. And that sword is coming up for me as well a lot. I keep
yeah,
seeing that sword. So the water and the sword, that getting that balance is just so important right now.
it is.
Christine said, does the building being on the left side for Dave have a significance?
Good pickup, Christine.
Mm,
Because normally we'd go to, well, it's the feminine aspect, isn't it?
mm,
So,
mm,
is there something that's shifting for Dave within that feminine, intuitive, divine goddess feminine energy? We all have both, remember? So, yeah, it'd be really interesting to see, to know. But this is why I feel that there's going to be a deeper shift into that deeper chamber of the heart, because that's the divine goddess
mm.
energy. So, yeah. So great question. So Dave, when you do watch this, if you've got any more insights from it, pop them on the comments under the actual show. That'd be awesome. So, and we can share them next week. So thank you for that. Thank you for sending that in. And I think we've had we're going back to the squirrel, which I think is really interesting. So, because Teresa said,
Oh, about the squirrel. So yes, ask the squirrel just one question. Were it me, I'd be talking to him, her all day. She would get so bored with all the questions they had.
"Honey."
Teresa, we were deep in the city, and when I asked what was going to happen, he said he couldn't tell me and ran away, probably from traffic in the parking lot. I'll go in my backyard and try again.
And Lady Hawk, ask the squirrel energy if there's anything you can do, because sometimes all they need is a little bit of, like, just a little bit of frequency in that area, a little bit of light shone on that area, So this is it. We have the ability to do this both ways, like I was talking about.
Yeah.
Ask what you can do for the squirrel.
Yes, definitely.
So, and definitely let us know if you do reconnect, energetically. I mean, there's been animals, like I think I've told you this story, where I've been like driving a friend from the mountain where I used to live down to the airport, and someone had hit a kangaroo, and it was still alive but on the side of the road. And so we stopped, and it was like, okay, so I rang the animal people, and we had to keep going, but I knew they'd be there fairly soon. And then as I was driving, probably a few hours later, I dropped this person off, and I went, oh, I wonder how that kangaroo went. And as soon as I tuned in, he was sitting on this beautiful field with the greenest grass, happy as Larry, just chewing away with lots of other kangaroos. I went, oh, he's passed. He's gone to the other side.
Mm.
And so the wildlife place rang me because I'd asked them to, and they said, yeah, look, they die from shock so quickly. So they actually had to help put him down because they're so shocked. But he was so calm, and I already knew. So, so this is the thing, they don't need to be there for us to tune in. So, yeah. So that's, okay. So Kathleen had a dream. Oh, no, there was another dream. Did I miss? There was another dream. Let me just have a quick look, or not. I thought I didn't want to miss someone's dream. Kathleen? Nope. Did you? Yes, Lady Hawk. Yes, here we go. I knew I'd missed one. All right.
Okay, I was in an earthquake holding someone small, both wearing navy blue jackets with white trim. I knew it was a 5.8 to 6.2. I wasn't at the epicenter, but I knew it was the New Madrid fault. Wow.
How interesting.
It wasn't a regular dream. It was a knowing, like it was something that was going to happen someday. Where's the New Madrid fault?
Don't know. Is Lady Hawk, are you still on? Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because that's the other side of the world for
I've heard
us.
of it, but I can't quite.
Yeah. Madrid. Well, Madrid's in Portugal, isn't it? From memory. Let me have a look.
Well, Spain, but
Spain, yeah.
I don't know if it's there. Is it goes through somewhere else, perhaps?
Yeah. I want to know but I really feel that this is a connection in Lady
Central
Hawk.
USA. Yeah.
Oh, it's a different one. Okay.
Central USA. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that we tap in very much into these energy grid lines, global grid lines.
Yeah.
So, you could be tapping into something that's happened to be in a different timeline or in a different realm as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be in our physicality. And it's interesting that you had the blue and white on. So what does blue and white represent for you? Because this was your dream and you had a smaller person with you. So what are you getting on this, Nick?
I think it's a little, there's some prophetic dreaming going on.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of picking it up because I had a dream this week that I'd written down, and I'm picking up on the same thread running through quite a few of these dreams.
Yeah.
So, like seeing a potential for something to happen. And it's happening in sort of maybe the reality that we're creating, or not one we want, but it's for someone, it's to help bring the collective into a new way of being. I sort of feel like maybe these dreams are showing us something that's likely to happen to some degree. I mean, I do believe the Mother Earth is having to shift and move. It's like when you wake up in the morning and you've got to do that, to get yourself feeling just ready to get out of bed or to get up and move. And because she's doing this, and it's very much needed, that we're picking up on that energy too. And it might manifest into something that we see out here, or it might actually be something that's happening within us as well. Because one of the dreams that I had, there was so much going on. It was like, look over here, and this is going on here, and that's going on there, and it was all taking place around my property, in my house. So it says to me, it's happening. You can't separate it. That's what we're trying not to do. We're not trying to be separated anymore. We're trying to bring everything back into this oneness, which means that while there's stuff going on the outside, we have to understand that it's also connected to us on the inside. So my dreams, when I was having them, there was like someone dropped a big carnival truck thing, one of those things that gets your attention at a carnival, dropped it into the middle of my pool. And while I was working out how am I going to get that out of there, somebody said, oh, there's a fire in the forest. I could see this orange burning going on. And when I got there, it was just the autumn leaves. And there was some smouldering on the tree of a black, you could see that smouldering. And then, I went to get the hose, but the hose was, the pump wasn't working on the tank. And there was all this stuff going on, but nothing disastrous happened. In actual fact, it once again, it's all about what's going on the external world.
Yes.
So I don't think you can just put it into one box right now. I think we're seeing this incredible merging, and that's what we want to see, because it's getting closer and closer and closer. And it is, it's
I know,
fun.
so we can be tapping into things that we wouldn't normally tap into because of the squeeze.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's just do some cards on that one for you. That one's a bit hot. Let's see what it says. Interesting, because this is the 7 of Pentacles, which to me is about seeds that have been planted and actually watching and waiting. So this could be also have that prophetic aspect to it, as Nick was sort of saying as well. Let's see which one wants to come out. Oh, it's that one. King of Wands. So this is a master who, with action, takes action. And things come through or things happen in the right way. So I've got a feeling that whatever was going on in your dream, I feel that you were doing some work to change things up because we just got the Tower card. How interesting. And there's blue and white in there too. So I really feel that, like, and I've said this to this group before, and I've got this absolute knowing with it, that when we come together and the work that we do in our dream state is actually really powerful. So you have these dreams and we just don't realize, I don't think, how much work we're doing to help balance or to help shift things. Look at that. Got our eight of swords. We don't even see or know how much we do. So I think, and I think the more we focus in and the more, which is what we do with our intentions, the more we can change things. You know, we can change energetic lines, we can help. So don't think you're not doing anything just by having a dream. Yeah. So judgment. We can actually be a massive help in this whole overall story that's going on, just by being who we are and focusing our beautiful, powerful intention into life, into dreams, into whatever it is. So, and doing it together. It's amazing. So I really feel that that's how it's reminding us, isn't it, how powerful we are. And we don't have to know consciously about it. It's fun if we do. That's why I love playing, like with this telepathy, this conscious. But yeah, so we're doing more than we even know. I don't think, that was just a silly dream. So
no, there's something connected to Mother Earth there.
Gaia.
Yeah, which means that that's what we're really doing, isn't it? We're bringing heaven to earth.
We are.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I was in 1964, believe it or not, and that apparently is the role of the people that were born in 1964, is to bring heaven to earth. Actually, that. So it's fascinating, isn't it, what the soul aspect is around those numbers. So yeah, and Kathleen, I agree with you with this.
Yeah, and Marie, is that like is there a range for that? Like when you said 1964, or is it every year has a specific?
Every year has a specific number. Yeah, that means something. So I've been told that through someone that did like numerology. So I don't know what every other number is, but I just remember that would make so much sense for who I am and what my soul wants to experience. So
and all those virtues as well that are coming back into being. And I guess that's where the knights come in for me. It's like we're all the knights. We represent those people, you know, the knights in shining armor that are coming in to help bring, you know, the earth back to where it needs to be, and have this incredible new experience on it.
Totally. And like, you know, this is our round table. We're all over the earth.
This is our round table, yeah.
Our round table. This is the platform we can have a round table at. So so I think I really feel that I'm just already getting just a bit of an inkling for maybe now next week though, Elisa's here. I'm wondering if I might still do the show. What do you think, Nick? Are you gonna be able to do it?
I guess so. Yeah,
okay, because then I'm going to take her somewhere so we can go down there afterwards. But yeah, so I'm just sort of feeling maybe we can do it tapping into our powers, tapping into our powerful divine self, and being able to see it from another perspective. So maybe asking for dreams to be able to almost observe what's happening on a different frequency and energetic level, like that dream about about the earthquake and whatever. So Nick, can you write that down for me, because I'll forget.
So talents.
So our powerful self, our powerful divine self, and what we're actually doing on an energetic frequency level that we can observe during a dream, not just seeing the dream for its messages and its archetypes and whatever, taking it out to that next step, which I think is so brilliant. And to see if we get those little aha moments during the day as well, like the insights that go with that awareness.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
yeah, so thank you for bringing that dream up, because that's sort of now just, again, it's just starting to bring through a whole new lot of ideas.
Mhm.
So, now I've got one last dream. We'll do this Kathleen's dream.
So last night, walked into a room and my mum and mother-in-law were playing a game with my 8-year-old. Then she morphed into my 8-year-old grandson playing cards. Woke up, felt like showing me they are watching out for my daughter and her son, both
Oh,
deceased.
wow. Gosh.
Mm,
Yeah, you
mm,
really, Kathleen, you really have that ability to tap into that realm, don't you?
mm,
With your loved ones that have passed into the next realm.
mm,
Wow. So,
mm.
let's have a look. And
That
number
veil is very thin, isn't it?
8 is really thin. So
Mm,
an 8-year-old daughter, and she morphed into the 8-year-old grandson playing cards. So they're playing a game. So they're
yes.
actually playing this game. And 8, Kathleen, what does 8 mean for you? Because that's really important. I
Mm.
know 8 is infinity, and to me, 8 is also manifestation. But I'm going to see what the book number is. Oh, it's not a color; it's a number. See, this is what my brain's been doing. It's just like,
Well, it is to some people also a colour.
oh, good point. Thank you. That's true.
Mm,
So 8, cosmic consciousness, infinity. So
yeah.
you really, I feel you're tapping into them and into their consciousness, and they're coming through for you. So
Ooh, yeah, I just got massive ringing through my ears then.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
they're just saying to you, hey, we're here. It's okay. We love you.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's really, wow. That's so beautiful. Oh, okay. No, it's the mother-in-laws and the mum that were deceased. That's right.
Mm.
Yeah. So absolutely.
I sort of also feel that when people have dreams like this, that we have them various dreams at different times, obviously for ourselves, but this is where we're so unique. And this is where I think our energetic talents will come in, is that, like some people are really good at connecting to the family members. Other people are really good at looking at, where energy is working on our planet in different ways, like through elementals. Some people are, how you connect with things. And it's, that even though we're all connected, we still maintain this beautiful uniqueness because of, when we incarnated here. It's quite special.
It is really special. And you just, before I pull the cards up, because I just pulled a couple of cards, what you were just saying then, and I have to say things straight away, or they just go. I tell you,
Yeah.
it's crazy. We can also, I'm just getting this, we might have mastered other gifts and talents in other lifetimes, but through consciousness, we can also tap into someone else's unique gifts and talents if we have the frequency. So we don't have
Oh,
to
yes.
relearn
Yes.
and master. I'm just getting this now, and I know this is truth. I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
So us all being together, we're all tapping into each other, and we're sharing. With that one, that unity. We actually are giving permission for ourselves to share this beautiful wisdom and knowledge, and not just through our words and comments, but through our frequency. So that's, we don't have to master everything ourselves. If you're holding a frequency, then you can hold the keys there for us to unlock the ability
Yes.
to be able
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
use. Oh my God, I just got a big yes on that. The Ace
Oh,
of Cups.
fantastic.
So it's, which is fabulous. So don't think, oh, I'm just limited with these gifts and ability. Honey, we're all together. We're all in this. So we can all tap into each other, and it just will happen naturally. It won't feel like we're stealing something or something's not right. It'll just be a flow. How beautiful is that? Look at that. Death card, transition.
Huh.
Fantastic, slow. And it's been a slow transition to get to this point. But I think this is quite profound. So I don't know how everyone else feels about that, but yeah.
Well, I brought one of my little oracle decks in, and this is
good.
called Paradise Found. It's a beautiful deck, and it taps into all sort of some ancient mythology, etc. And so I thought I'd just pull one card, and this is the card that came up, the Light Bearer. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And I
But
sort of, which is a card for all of us. I just wanted to pull a card for all of us. And I just want to read you this, and I think it's so true. Like the ancient Assyrian desert mystics, stand in your own true power as a new way shower of the new earth in service to the greater good. And I think that's what we're all doing here. You know?
and it's beautiful. Thank you for that, because it's just reminding us again.
Mm.
We are not how we judge ourselves. We are just so much more.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Kathleen, yeah.
Well, that makes so much sense. We're all on the same frequency. Yes. On
Yeah.
this show. Love it. We are.
We are. We're all the same. And so, yeah, go play. Go tap into that frequency, drop into that beautiful consciousness and see what comes through for you.
Yeah.
So Dennis is here. That's fabulous
Hi,
too.
Dennis.
He's probably working.
Yeah.
So, but I'll pop up the cards. I think it was for Kathleen B. So Kathleen, the Three of Pentacles, this is a contract. So you're the mama bears are still looking out for the baby bears, okay? This is a beautiful soul contract. And when the Queen of Wands come up to me, that says yes. And it's all been done in integrity. So you're spot on with that. Your dreams with your loved ones are always spot on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we love you too, Dennis. So we love everyone here. I'm going to sign off now because I'm so blessed. I get to do a beautiful greeting today with a friend of mine, very close friend of mine. So it'll be just wonderful. So have an amazing week, and we'll tap back in. We will do next week, I think, and Elisa will be here, but we'll bring Elisa onto her show on the Tuesday, so that which will be pretty special. And we'll see everyone on Sunday that can come. It's no drama. We're just going to meet outside on the veranda area, and then if we need to, if it's cool, move inside. I've booked a table. So let me know if there's any issues. But I can't wait. This is like
so exciting. I hope I don't blow any light bulbs while I'm there.
No. Honestly, I just think, oh my God, I think we're going to probably discombobulate a lot of people when you get a lot of people together with that light frequency. People just start getting really altered. So be mindful if that. Just notice, just watch. It's fun. So, but I love you all. Thank you, Nick.
Love you all too. Thank you so much. Thank you for holding the energy with us. It's. I couldn't be in a better place right now. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So
thanks for reading.
Bye.